Imagine walking into the airport ready for your dream vacation, only to be stopped at security and told your carry-on bag is now banned. The TSA has just announced a sweeping change, and certain popular bags are now banned from being brought on board. But which bags made the banned list, and why? Here are some of the newly banned items that you need to know to avoid getting caught in the 2025 carry-on crackdown. Carry-on size and weight rules have changed. Before you even make it to TSA, there's one thing that could trip you up: your carry-on size and weight. The once standard size of 22 by 14 by 9 inches is no longer a guaranteed pass. In 2025, many airlines have shifted to aircraft-specific overhead bin requirements, especially on smaller planes. So even if your bag technically fits the traditional measurements, it might not fit overhead on smaller planes. And guess what? The bins are getting even smaller, and airlines aren't exactly advertising the change. Low-cost carriers like Ryanair, Frontier, and Wizz Air are leading the charge in tighter enforcement. They've started not only measuring your carry-on, but also weighing it. If your bag is over 7 kilograms or 15 pounds, you could be charged extra at the gate. Bottom line, the carry-on size limit in 2025 is no longer just about inches. It's about knowing your airline's latest rules, understanding weight restrictions, and being aware of what features might get your bag banned. Always check your airline's latest carry-on policies before you pack. One wrong guess could cost you money, time, or even your favorite bag. Carry-ons with power banks over TSA limits. Power banks have become essential travel companions, but in 2025, packing the wrong one can get you stopped at security, or worse, get your device confiscated. The TSA has tightened enforcement of its lithium-ion battery restrictions, and travelers are getting caught off guard. The key number to remember is 100 watt-hours or 27,000 milliamp hours. Any power bank under this limit is generally safe to fly with, but anything above it, especially those powerful superchargers used for laptops or multiple devices, can cause serious issues. Agents will ask you to remove and declare all battery packs during screening, and if your device doesn't have a clearly labeled watt-hour rating, or worse, exceeds the maximum, you may be forced to leave it behind. That's not only inconvenient, but it could also delay your boarding or even keep you from flying altogether. Don't let a power bank ruin your trip. Before you head to the airport, take a second to check the label, because once you're at TSA, it's already too late. Like this video, hit subscribe, and stay tuned for more TSA updates and travel hacks that'll help you travel smarter. Smart bags with non-removable batteries. Smart bags were once an indispensable travel accessory. They could charge your phone, track your location, and even weigh themselves. But in 2025, those high-tech perks could land you in serious trouble at the TSA checkpoint. Smart bags with non-removable lithium-ion batteries are now being banned from both carry-on and checked luggage. Why? Because these batteries have a nasty habit of overheating, and in rare cases, catching fire mid-flight. Even if your battery is under the 100 watt-hour limit, it must be removable. That means you need to be able to take it out easily and carry it in the cabin with you. The TSA's stance is clear. If the battery can't be easily removed, the bag won't fly. And don't count on sweet-talking your way through. Security officers are being trained to spot these bags on site, and if yours doesn't meet the new standard, you'll be forced to check it, or worse, leave it behind. Bags that violate TSA liquid rules. Think you can breeze through security with that oversized shampoo bottle or fancy fragrance in your carry-on? Think again. TSA's 311 liquid rule is still in effect in 2025, and agents are cracking down harder than ever, especially with newer AI-enhanced scanners that don't miss a thing. Here's how it works. You're allowed a maximum of 3.4 ounces or 100 milliliters of fluid per container, and all liquids must fit into one quart-sized clear zip-top bag. Each passenger gets only one of these bags. And yes, this applies to all liquids, gels, creams, pastes, and aerosols. That includes toothpaste, sunscreen, lotions, hair gel, and even your favorite lip gloss. If your liquids, gels, or aerosols are even slightly over the limit, they're headed straight for the bin. Avoid last-minute stress by transferring your toiletries into TSA-approved travel-size containers before you pack. Medications, baby formula, and breast milk are allowed in larger amounts but must be declared and separated for inspection. Alcohol over legal limit. Think twice before stuffing that duty-free vodka into your carry-on. In 2025, TSA and airline policies around alcohol are tighter than ever, and going over the limit could mean waving goodbye to your bottle before you even board. According to federal regulations, alcohol content plays a big role. Beverages with 24% to 70% alcohol by volume are limited to 5 liters per person in checked bags, and they must be unopened and in their original retail packaging. Anything above 70% alcohol by volume, such as grain alcohol or certain overproof spirits, totally banned. Doesn't matter if it's sealed or for a special occasion, it's not allowed on the plane, period. So if you're planning to travel with alcohol, check the label, know the limits, and pack it properly. One mistake could cost you your bottle, or worse, land you in hot water with the FAA. Medication without proper documentation. Bringing medication on a flight might seem like a no-brainer, but in 2025, stricter screening measures mean that failing to carry the right documentation could land you in serious trouble at TSA checkpoints or customs abroad. If your meds are not in clearly labeled containers, you risk delays, confiscation, or worse, suspicion of transporting controlled substances. TSA agents are trained to screen medications, and while you're legally allowed to carry essential prescriptions, it's your responsibility to prove they're legitimate. That means bringing a copy of your doctor's prescription or a letter stating your need for the medication. Pro tip: keep all medications in your carry-on, not checked baggage, in case your luggage is lost or delayed, and always double-check import regulations before your trip. One missing document could result in your life-saving meds being tossed, or worse, a very uncomfortable conversation with border agents. Food items that leak or rot. Bringing snacks for your flight? Fine, but packing perishables or leaky containers. That's a fast track to TSA trouble in 2025. While the TSA technically allows most solid foods through security, anything that smells, leaks, or can spoil quickly is under heavy scrutiny, and might not make it past the checkpoint. Think creamy cheeses, oily takeout, curries, sauces, or juicy fruit containers. TSA agents are now trained to look out for items that could create a mess, especially in crowded overhead bins. Even wrapped food can be denied if it poses a hygiene or spill risk. And perishables? Not worth the risk. Meats, dairy products, or anything likely to rot, especially on long-haul flights or in warm conditions, can get flagged or tossed for health reasons. Stick to dry, sealed, and TSA-friendly snacks. If it leaks, reeks, or requires refrigeration, leave it behind, or risk saying goodbye at security. Power tools and sharp equipment. Packing for a work trip or moving between job sites. Be careful. TSA has strict rules about power tools and sharp equipment, and breaking them could delay your flight or even get you fined. In 2025, tools longer than 7 inches, including drills, saws, crowbars, and hammers, are banned from carry-ons entirely. Blades of any kind, including box cutters, utility knives, or even overly large scissors, are automatically flagged. TSA agents are trained to confiscate any item that could be used as a weapon, regardless of its intended purpose. That includes seemingly harmless items like multi-tools, which often contain blades or pointed components. If you need to bring these items, your only safe bet is to pack them securely in checked baggage. Make sure they're properly wrapped to prevent injury during inspection. Don't assume it's just a tool will fly with TSA. Always double-check what's allowed and how it must be packed. A single overlooked item could mean losing expensive gear, or missing your flight entirely. Now you know, TSA's not playing around in 2025. The rules have changed, and staying informed is your best defense against them. Which of these new rules caught you off guard? Let us know in the comments. If you want more travel tips like this, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a change that could impact your next trip.